like opening up like a can of Sprite after that shit.
You should have opened up the can that I had in the bench.
Yo, yeah. You should have.
Slacking. I'm out here drinking alone too. You can't let a lady drink alone.
Oh, no. I'm about to drink this water with you.
What's up, y'all?
What's good? Welcome back, man. It's He Said, She Said podcast. What up? Happy Friday. He said, she said hers.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Ayo Edis, in the building. Well, it's your girl, Edis, but also known as Ayo Edis on all social media platforms, coming in on a Friday night.
Yeah. It's good. Y'all already know it's John Brown once you go black. Instagram once you go black. Twitter, John Brown on Facebook, man. Y'all already know what's up, man. I'm happy to be here, man. Happy to be back.
Happy to be alive, happy to be black.
Happy to be alive, happy to be black, happy to be black, happy to be alive. That's a fact. What's up? Yo, what up, man?
Man, it feels like, I wonder if we're going to hear the rain that's going on. But if you guys are watching live, this rain is crazy outside. Like, it's supposed to rain all week. It's supposed to be like tsunami weather. Like,
yeah, I was about to say, you guys, it was not that bad. We just walked in here. It was not that
I'm
bad
saying,
outside.
when you didn't just hear it?
No, I heard it, but it's so crazy. Like, I don't know what just happened.
That's what I'm saying. It probably got even worse. Like, Lord was like, okay, watch, and down.
Yeah, I don't know, but it sucks, man. It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm happy about that. I don't got to work Monday, but it sucks that the weather isn't as compliant with our feelings.
True. But you can make the most out of it. You know what? People could definitely stay in and binge watch on He Said, She Said.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking that too. This is the perfect day.
Exactly.
Just chill and watch some entertainment. You know, get updated and see what's going on.
Exactly. Whether you're doing the laundry and you want to listen to us, you're cooking dinner, you want to listen to us, you're bored on the couch, you want to watch us.
Oh, they sipping too. They drinking too. They rolling up. They trying to get their weekend popping. You feel me? But yeah, man, how was your weekend? Your week?
I was gonna say weekend ain't there yet,
right,
but how was my week? Let's see. My week was okay. It's actually been a little like much. I feel like I had a lot on my plate this past week, but.
So you got the new Do Poppington. Was it supposed to look like that or what? Like, let the people know. Was it a mistake?
My hair lady Sue.
Okay.
Never disappoints, yo.
Okay.
She never disappoints. Shout out to Sue. I shout her out before. I don't know if you remember.
I thought
Sue's
I was
House
gonna
of
say
Weave.
okay, no doubt.
Yes. Shout out to Sue. She's gonna come on the show. She's been super busy, so I'm not even gonna bother. Today she had back to clients. So I was like, yes, but thanks, Myra. Thanks, Myra. But but shout out to Sue. She hooked me up. I definitely love it. It's the appropriate length, nice color. Thanks. There you go. But my week has been okay. One thing coming up, my niece and my little brother are both graduating from high school.
Yeah, congratulations to them.
Congratulations to them. And it makes me feel like I'm getting old. Like, the fact that someone is now graduating high school underneath me, it's like, what? Like, I was the baby. I was the last one.
No more,
yeah, like
this ain't that no more.
And my little sister turned 4. My niece is about to turn 4. Like,
I saw something today. I saw something on Facebook this week that was like, "Yo, if your bills are automated, you're an adult. So
shit,
you're an adult, bro." I be feeling young too.
I'm there.
I be feeling like you can't tell me sometimes I ain't 25, but
until you sit and talk to a 25, 3, 4-year-old,
right,
and it's like, oh no, I ain't one of y'all.
I thought you was about to say, or when I gotta like get up from the couch, and I'm like,
okay, Grandpa.
Dang, could you reach that remote for me, please?
No, but definitely just talking to someone younger, you could tell the maturity level. You can tell the whole Generation Z, Generation X, millennials, all that stuff. Like,
word. And Generation Z is us, right? We're the Generation Z.
No, we're millennials.
We're millennials.
So we're Generation Y.
We're Generation something, yeah.
Yeah, we're Generation Y, but we're millennials. Then there's Generation Z, and I forgot their nickname. Ah, crap. But they have a nickname too, just like we're millennials. There was the baby boomers.
Right.
There's something, but they're definitely Generation Z. So
yeah, I can't remember.
How was your week?
Yo, my week's been good, yo. My week has been very chill. I told y'all last week, I got some more clients, so that's been pretty smooth.
Nice.
I think I've been utilizing my calendar more. I know we spoke about that. I've been utilizing my phone calendar.
In handy.
But besides that, work's been chill. My side hustle's been chill. I've been working out, back up my grizzly. I've been running more, so that feels really good. The weather. The weather's inappropriate. So, you know what I'm saying? You can find me at your local park. You know what I'm saying? Weekway.
Yo, you're definitely like on a park tour,
Bro,
yo.
I be out here. I'm outside.
Yes, I see on your Instagram and you're just everywhere. Like one day it's this park, the next day it's this park. That's good, I guess. Yeah.
I like parks. I like to be outside. I found that about myself. Like I do like to be outside. I like new things. And you get around new people. So like Weekway Park is always dope. You know, I get to be around the brothers. A lot of us that's out there. You know what I'm saying? So we end up chopping it up, talking about all types of stuff. Sometimes I'll go to Weehawken. I'll go to like West Hudson. I'll go to Warneka and Roselle. And you just be around a lot of different people. You expose like Weehawken is dope because you get to see the New York skyline. Like you're right on the waterfront and work out. So like
I was just gonna ask, do you think you have a favorite so far that you visited?
Well, obviously Weekway's home, so Weekway's like that's automatic, right?
Okay.
Probably Weehawken, yo. Probably Weehawken is my favorite because that view, I'm a sucker for a view, yo. So it has a view and they have every like a lot of the calisthenics machines or just some different things there. So it's dope. Yo, what does that mean?
You never saw that meme?
No.
Seriously?
Is it like a cat or something?
No, it's this like African black man. And he's just, I don't know what he's reacting to, but he's there like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, they got so much nice stuff.
And he's some weird motherfucker. Yeah.
Well, that's really nice. It's really nice. Like it's like, if you want to work out and it's nice and y'all want to go out and get a nice little run, work out, do some calisthenics, go to Weehawken or some, I think it's called like Weehawken.
Dropping the jewels,
recreational park. Yeah, it's pretty dope, yo. Go outside. Yo, it's, I promote health, man, health and wellness. Go outside. It's about to be summertime. You feel me? It's hot, it's warm. You can't hide that fat. You feel me? All that couch and Doritos and donuts. And Uber Eats, they was eating all winter. Mm-hmm. Summer's coming. Summer's here. Feel me? Outside is open. The vaccination, not even the vaccination, the mask mandate has been lifted, right?
It has. The mask mandate has been lifted. Yes. Dance floors are now open.
Dance floors are open tonight?
Like bars, yeah. So it's over. It's over, yo.
Who out here heel-toeing in these streets, yo?
In these streets, at these clubs.
Somebody out here heel-toeing the Barcode right now.
Hello.
As we speak. Word. But nah, besides that, yo, everything's been good, man. I've been productive, so that's always a good thing for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I've been pretty productive. I've been able to like organize things. Besides today, the weather has been great, so I can't complain, man. I'm like at a nice zen right now.
Kudos to you. Yeah. So I wanted to see if you knew something. Do a little research on one of your favorite restaurants. So
one of my favorite restaurants.
Yeah. So wait, what would you say is your favorite restaurant?
I was about to say,
if you just say
I have
one.
A few. Damn. First thing that came to mind. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I would say.
Okay. Well, I thought you mentioned Jose Tejas before.
Okay. Yeah, I did. I said yesterday. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
That's why I'm like, okay, is it not his favorite restaurant? But okay.
I said that's my spot. I didn't say that's my favorite.
Oh, whatever.
Okay. All right.
And I went there looking at the menu and everything, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to eat. So then I see a dish called carne asada, Jim Bowie style.
Okay.
So I'm like,
and I'm not sure who Jim Bowie is. You gonna have to break it down.
Exactly.
Okay,
I didn't know.
I've seen that before too.
I didn't know who Jim Bowie was either. But I'm looking at the meal. The description sounds good. I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna get that. Right. But now I'm curious as to who Jim Bowie is. Right. And the people I was with looked him up.
And
Jim Bowie or Bowie, whatever.
I like Bowie, the way it's spelled. I like Bowie. Spell it out.
Is a slave trader. Oh, was a slave trader.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, you are? Is that sarcasm?
No. A little bit. Yes, it is. Yeah. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
Oh, well, I was like, why are they serving a dish after a slave trader? Then
and what makes it Jim Bowie style? Like what is like? Is it like?
That's what I was curious too. The steak is literally a steak with cream sauce, rice, fries, and a grilled avocado. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the way they prepare.
What's slavey about that? Yeah, I'm about to say.
It's the way they prepare the steak.
Did they whip it? Did they whip the freaking
They didn't name it after him
before?
They didn't name it after him because he was a slave trader. When the manager came over and I was
getting
just
traumatized,
curious,
man. I'm getting. It's
God.
hot. It wasn't hot. Like it's cool in here too. You talk about slavery, my head start getting hot. Yo, what you?
Boy, you always hot in here if you don't get hot.
I'm just saying. But what was
Anyways,
it? How they prep it?
She said that the reason they named it Jimbo is because she knew that he was a well-known swordsman, and the steak comes cut like, and it's cooked on like some wood something. So I was like, so you didn't know that he was a slave trader? She was like, honestly, no idea. I never heard anyone. Yeah. But you look him up and you see.
That's the thing. You'd be surprised. I mean, a lot of this stuff is like our history is crazy. Like a lot of the stuff we find out with life is like it comes from past history. That's why they say what if you don't know your history, you're bound to just kind of just go. History repeats itself, basically.
Oh, there you go. I was gonna say they say that, but
yeah. If you don't know where you came from, you're bound to do like the same thing, or you're bound to like something like that. But yeah, yo, that's crazy. Jambui, and was it good?
What's crazy is I didn't even like it. I had to send it back. I didn't want to send it back, but I had to send it back.
What was wrong with it?
It was the way it tasted. It tasted like chalk, like Jim Bowie's ashes.
I think your ancestors was like crept up in you. Was like, don't like this steak.
Spread across the freaking steak, and I was like,
ancestors.
Yeah, Jim ain't for me, y'all. Jim is not for me.
Yo, man, if I get anything Jim Bowie style, bro, I might as well take that back. Go get a
Send it right on back.
Go get a flank. What was it? A T-bone or something.
Get a churrasco.
Get a churrasco or something, bro. Something different.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
Okay, no diggity.
But speaking of history,
right.
This weekend, like you said, is Memorial Day history.
Yeah.
Memorial Day history.
Happy Memorial Day weekend, y'all.
And also, a year ago on the 25th was the tragic death of George Floyd.
Yeah, the tragic killing, man. The murder of George Floyd. It's been a year. It's crazy. It's been a year for a lot of. I know we covered the Kobe, we covered Nipsey, we covered. I mean, now it's George Floyd, but yeah, man, it's another slain brother, man. And do you feel like it's been a year? Do you feel like
no? And honestly, with Derek Chauvin's case, like literally just happening, and we were just talking about justice and everything, it felt like George Floyd died literally right before that. But it's actually been a whole year, and it's like, what now? What has changed? What is going on? Like, what are we to expect? Did it set any examples? Did it set any boundaries? Did it set us back as African Americans?
Yeah, I'm about to go in. I feel like I could go in now, but it's kind of early. I did get a text from one of my homeboys. Shout out to Mitch, man. Somebody I've been running with, somebody from Hillside. He actually does real estate too, so check him out. I'm gonna drop his ad name and stuff. But he said that Gen Z stands for Zoomers. So
Zoomers.
Gen Z is Zoomers. I don't know who makes this shit up. I don't know who makes up the alphabet. Who passed A, B, C, and the rest? How we get? I don't know. Beats that gotta be. But no, yeah, it's crazy, man. I think I know that's the theme. You know, we're talking about Memorial Day. We're talking about not even anniversary. Talk about how it's been a year. You know what I mean? We remember what happened. Like last year, 2020 was a crazy year.
It was. It was beyond crazy with COVID, with the killings, with the protests, with all of
the looting.
Yeah, the looting.
Like you said, the more deaths even that happened afterwards. The election that was last year.
Yeah,
there was a lot of things.
Oh my God.
Yo, and it's crazy. I'm happy. Okay, so boom, right? I think you did mention or ask something like, is there anything that's changed or is there anything different?
I did ask a bunch of stuff.
Should I go in now? Should we wait until later or what?
I mean, go ahead. What's up with what's the word? What you really want to talk about and what's the word?
Well, you did. Okay, because I don't want to go back all over the place. We definitely going to talk about the George Floyd stuff. You did mention graduations too.
I did.
I do want to shout out the graduations. I don't have anybody that's too close to me that's graduating I can think of off bat, but obviously I went to Morgan State. So, shout out to the Morgan State graduates of 2021. I know it's been a hell of a year.
Shout out to y'all.
Feel me? Shout out to Keen. Yeah, you all got to whisper. Go ahead.
You were talking. That's why I didn't want to.
It's all good. Shout out to Keen too. Shout out to Morgan. Shout out to all the college graduates. Shout out to the high school graduates. I saw one of my neighbors. She graduated. I forgot. It was a pretty good school. I forgot, but she got her like a license to be a lawyer or something like that, like her bar exam type shit. So there's a lot of things are popping off. Yeah, a lot of things are popping off.
Serious stuff.
Yeah.
You got to pass the bar. You got to get your degree. You got all this stuff. Start to practice. Join a practice. Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm surprised. Yo, I think I kind of wish I was in school back in 2020 because I feel like things are so easier. And I kind of heard that it was a little easier with being.
All you had to do was log on.
All you had to do was log on. Bro.
That's it.
What? Like definitely.
All you had to do was log on.
Definitely people that that spring because people was graduating last year when COVID started. But a lot of those situations, people were already in like home or quarantined by March. And like you said, all you had to do was log on. So that last bit of semester was easy. How could you like
go physically submit something? You can't. Nobody's allowed to go anywhere. Yeah. You got to submit everything digitally. Your projects are probably going to be like, hey, create this, that. Of course, they probably turned everything into papers. Like, write this 5-page paper, write this 10-page paper. But still, I'll take that over having to go into class.
Right. And I think I know I'm an in-person learner. Like, I need to talk to you. I need to like have a rapport with you.
Yeah, true.
Because I mean, say my grades don't be too great. Say my tests and stuff don't come out in A's. I need to make sure that we built the rapport so you can be like, yo, I remember John Brown asking. Because I'm definitely a office hour. I'm not gonna do. Yo, what's good? I'm here. Teach me how to do this. And that, I did that through Morgan. That joint got me a degree. So
hello.
Shit, it took me a couple years.
It took us all, but it don't matter. We finished. You're finished, and that's all that matters. God.
Yo, high school kids that are graduating, y'all looking to go to college. If you got a plan to, after you get your degree, you know what you want to do, great. Yo, get a scholarship, yo. Try to apply for a scholarship, because Navient is real. Sadly, man, I don't know if that's a thing anymore. That's real. These student loans are real, So if y'all don't want these student loans, it's a whole different type of Jim Bowie slavery with loans and shit. Like that's a whole other topic when it comes to like finance and stuff. But make sure y'all don't owe too much, man, with these financial aids going out there and trying to get an education. Like try to plan it out a little bit more. Or it's nothing wrong with going in state either. Like nothing wrong with going to community college and going to
at all. I did community for 3 years and then I got my degree for the next 5 years. But
right. Oh shit! I think 6. What 6? Shit, man.
It took some time, but guess what? I got her done. I got her done.
Word, got her. That's all that matters.
Pull out my wallet. I got that tiny little diploma ID card.
Where's my? Do you have yours on you?
Yeah, but it's over there.
Oh shit! I'm excited. You got yours too? Yeah, I got my shit.
Let me see. Oh, mine looks better.
You don't got one.
Yes, I do.
Where's that?
It's over there. The people don't want to wait for me to go get it. Anyways, y'all, fully vaccinated people can now start wearing their mask. They can now start without wearing their mask indoors. But I think everyone can now not wear their mask indoors. I think the mask mandate has been lifted.
I saw on the
CDC.
Yeah, it was New Jersey. I don't know what CDC. I didn't see CDC, but it was the NewJersey.com website or the Instagram page, and it said that people who are fully vaccinated could not wear masks inside.
But then that's the thing. How can you tell?
I think there's like almost like a vaccine passport or something. Like you gotta
there's the card. They definitely have the card when you get the vaccine. So I guess it's that. But what, you want people to carry that around like a badge of honor?
I mean, and during the pandemic, whether it's life or death, yeah, worst come to worst. Even that'll put your mask on.
Wearing a mask isn't life or death.
You don't think so? You don't think it's life or death? I mean, that's the only way we were preventing spreading this pandemic around besides being quarantined.
But I'm saying, like, in order to prove that you got the vaccine, so you don't have to wear your mask anymore, you got to carry around the little card. You don't necessarily need to not wear your mask. Wear your mask, you're not going to die. That's what I'm saying. That's not life or death.
You lost me.
Okay.
You lost me. Yeah. I'm just saying that I feel them. If you're vaccinated, then the people that are vaccinated, are fully vaccinated, they do not have to wear a mask inside a restaurant or indoors.
I think it's everyone.
Because it's all right. Because if it's everyone, I mean,
I think the mask mandate has been lifted for the state of New Jersey.
Hey, well,
indoors.
That'd be dope. I'm not sure how I kind of feel a little hesitant still. I'm kind of used to the mask, so
especially
I might just
if
rock
it's
it under my chin or something.
Is it gonna cover something under your chin?
I'm just saying I don't want to not have a mask. I may not just be all willy nilly. I don't got no mask on me, nowhere to be found. It's free. I'm good. Nah. It's still gonna be around. I may just not be as. Like,
you know, it's crazy. When we were at Jose Tejas, literally the group in front of us was like, all of them had their mask on except for one girl, and the one girl goes, "I'm vaccinated. I don't need one." So then they were like, "Okay," and they kept walking inside. And once they got to the host stand, you know what they told her?
What?
"I'm sorry, ma'am. You need a mask in order to sit down." Yeah.
Damn.
So she had to go get her mask from the car and come all the way back. I love that people are using that as their excuse now. Like, I'm vaccinated, so everything's fine and dandy. Like, whoa, slow your roll. I mean, you're not.
Well, that's what. And that was the issue that I had with this whole vaccination anyway, because people can still catch it, you can still spread it. What's the point of getting it? Like, what's the purpose of getting it if you still go get everything that come with the vaccine?
Even though I'm not defending the vaccine, but the people take it because you have a better chance if you did get COVID.
Yeah, it's less
you had a better
severe.
chance surviving it if you didn't have it. But
I feel that makes sense.
But it also doesn't make sense that you can still catch it and you can still spread it.
Right, yeah. At this point, bro, fix me or not fix me, bro.
Who am I to say?
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But yo, do you know any vets, any people that served, yo? Any type of any Army vets, Navy vets?
Vets? No, I don't know any vets. Do I? No, I don't know any vets. I do know people that are still currently in the military. A couple of Army, Navy. Yeah, and they seem to love it, yo. That's what's crazy, because I remember when I was younger and I thought back, like, do I see myself putting my life on the line?
I can see you in fatigue and like Army drip, yo. I can see. I never saw it before, but now that you mentioned it, I could definitely see you with that shit on.
I could probably wear it as a costume, but I could never serve on the military. Like,
why not?
No, no. I'm not saying wars aren't necessary. I'm not saying wars are necessary, but no. I don't even want to sound political, but no, I don't feel the need to risk my life for this country.
Okay.
I do, however, highly appreciate the men and women that do,
right.
Especially the men and women that lost their lives. But I just don't see. I feel like I can serve the country in a better way than putting my life on the line for it.
Right. Yeah, I think there's and that's a stigma too. I think I was gonna say, at first when I was younger, I heard some older gentlemen, like black people, was like, yeah, that's, it's white man's war, yada yada, different things like that. But it makes me think now, like, obviously, there's a lot of different things that going on. Like, we're allies to certain countries. We trade resources and do different things with different countries, and we have basically business that goes on. And I think somebody was telling me there's something happening in Tijuana. But basically, if another country's in distress and they about to go to war with somebody, we kind of we're allies. We got to help out, and vice versa. But I think you're right. I'm not really too crazy about going to serve. I know I thought about it for damn sure, because I know I have a few people that's in the that's serving now, whether it's like military, Air Force.
Men are required Navy. To sign up, right?
Yeah, I think it was like 18.
Yeah.
I think 18 you gotta do your service something. They asked that on job applications, and
then when does it expire? Because they asked my little brother when he was applying to colleges. Yeah. They asked him, like, have you applied yet, or da-da-da-da. And then my dad called me like, did they ask you this on your college application? I'm like, no, they never asked me, but I guess it's not for women.
I'm not sure. That's a good question. I'm not sure if it's just for men, but I think it may be, because I definitely do remember when I turned 18, I think I got a letter or something. And this was like 2008, so I'm not sure what was actually going on with like Iraq and different things at the time, but I do remember it being like a little nervous, like, yo, what if I get like drafted automatically and I don't got no choice?
Oh my God.
I have a lot of uncles who served, and they made it out. They got disciplined.
Made it sound like it was jail time.
I mean, because I've heard different things. You know what I'm saying?
They made it out.
I mean, like you said, like on a racial point of view of it, like I've heard, like, yo, it could be really like prejudice, racist inside of the Navy or the top.
Really?
I've heard this. And
I feel like when I'm outsider looking in, I feel like just like cops, how they have like a bond, the blue bond or whatever. I feel like Army and military people have that as well. Like,
yeah,
once you step into that, it's a bond.
I thought so too. Thought so too, but from what I've heard, I guess that's not the case. And I'm not saying that's for everybody everywhere, but I think that it shows its ugly face every now and then. And I think I know for one, I never, that was never really my hesitation because I didn't hear a lot of that. I just kind of heard like here and there. But one thing that I did that kind of intrigued me was if you have a degree, a bachelor's, you can go into, I keep saying like one of the fields, Navy, Army, whatever, and you can kind of start off as an officer. So it can kind of you can start off with some rank.
Oh, I was gonna say a higher ranking.
Yeah, you start off in a higher rank than you would. I'm not even sure what it would be under that, but you kind of start with some rank, and you're not out there. People automatically assume you got to learn how to like defuse bombs and throw like shoot guns.
But what is the training? Like I would want to know because the only bit that I would know was
physical training.
No, was when back in high school, ROTC.
Yeah.
I would ask them like,
you were in an ROTC?
No, God no. But I would ask them like, what do they teach you? What are you guys doing? And it's like drills,
right?
Drills. So now I'm only thinking when you're like fully in there, what's going on?
Well, I mean, I know if you get enlisted into one of this to serve, you have a degree. So I think that's one of the good things I was thinking about because you don't necessarily. You're not just automatically going to be on some fighting, combat, fighting all day, training all day type of stuff. Like they're going to put you in a job where you could, provide the services that you need to perform in your field. So if I'm, I graduate with a psych major, maybe I could do some type of therapy or counseling or some type of, I don't know, assisting, somehow like in mental health field. So for those who, think about it, there's always an option. But as far as like getting into the Army and I guess being like enlisted, I know there's like a physical training. Obviously, it's like a mental test too as well. So I'm not sure exactly what all the criteria are, but.
And then I know that they still have soldiers in Iraq, but I wonder like, do us as citizens or patrons of this country, do we get to know like where everyone is at, like where everyone's stationed? Like, is there secret military people that are stationed somewhere that we will never gonna see them again because they have to watch this corner of?
I have to Google it, yo. Like, what's
Mongolia?
Where's the base at? Where's the U.S. base in like certain countries?
Yeah, and what goes on there?
That's how people,
Exactly, bro.
The X-Files, bro.
Like, and what goes on? We should have definitely brought.
They procreating, for sure. I know, like a lot of people. I know I've heard a lot of stories, even in movies. There's a lot of like stories of how sailors or people that go off into like Mongolia or these random countries, Vietnam, and like end up finding a wife, end up finding a baby mother, baby father.
Oh, they get married very early.
Yeah, they be with it
very early. They get married, they want kids, and it's just like whoa, slow your roll.
And I kind of would, I think about it because they pay for your housing.
Yeah,
I know they pay for your housing.
You get hella benefits.
They still pay you on top of you don't have to pay for live, so you don't really got to pay for much. That's a huge chunk out your check.
Each kid more money. Like each kid more money. You get a house.
Yeah, that's dope. I think it's some.
But I could wait on it.
Yeah.
I could definitely wait on it.
Yeah, it's all good. And I think one thing I don't like is how we treat our vets, yo. It's so many like homeless vets.
I was gonna say it's a disgusting amount.
It's crazy to me, like how you serve for so long,
and then when you return back for the country that you put your life on the line,
you don't got a house or nothing on deck.
Back on you,
that's crazy to me.
They turn their back on you because they come back with certain situations like PTSD. Yeah, they come back with disabilities that they didn't have, and it's just like you expected me to go put my life on there, and now that I come back expecting a job, I can't get no love. And I think that's honestly crazy.
That's
and then
crazy to me.
They do say, okay, you went to college in the Army, but when you come back, what are you doing?
I think there needs to be like I know vets get benefits. A lot of places is probably discounts places. I feel like there's certain places that need to serve vets for free, period. Like whether it's 7-Eleven, Wawa, McDonald's. I mean, what these $1 billion countries, how much are y'all countries? billion-dollar companies, how much are y'all losing if vets come in to, get food? Like half of that stuff, you probably throwing out at the end of the night anyway or whatever. I just don't understand that. Like, why aren't there, and maybe there are, I just don't know of them at the moment. Why aren't there, like, I know we have Section 8, I know we have housing shelters and things like that. Like, why aren't there, like, housing for vets?
Yeah,
like,
specifically
for vets, only vets.
That should definitely be something. Talk to your senator.
Hey, he was on here. Maybe we got to ask him, man. Shoot. He was on here. Maybe
definitely talk to your senator about that.
Ask him bend his ear a little bit. See what's up.
KG says those exist. You can't research it because then the enemies would know too. That's smart.
Yeah, the enemy would know where everybody's stationed and stuff.
The station.
I ain't know exactly
that would definitely make sense.
Yeah.
So do you think like wives or husbands of the people in there know where their husband is at, or they can't tell them either?
I'm not sure. I think I have heard, if I'm not mistaken, that, and I'll make sure I have the right one. I think somebody had to call the corporation or something. I don't know, Army, 1-800-ARMY or something, and they had to like go through like certain amount of people to reach their husband. So
seriously,
yeah, I forgot what I was watching, or I forgot what exactly it was, but I feel like I remember is a wife trying to reach her husband, and it wasn't a direct phone call. Like, it wasn't like, okay, but my call is cell or something. Like, she had to go through, like, yo, I'm so-and-so's wife. I'm so-and-so's boom, blah, blah, blah. And then she kind of...
I know there's different stations. Like, what's the word that I'm looking for when they send them off for, like, 9 months? Not deported. It's deployed. Yes, deployed. So, like, thanks, Marvin. So, like, I know there's a station. So, wait, how I know. I used to date this guy, and he was in the Navy, and he was stationed out in Hawaii. And when I needed to call, he wasn't deployed. He wasn't on deployment or anything, but I wonder if he was, could I have spoken to him as easily? But his station in Hawaii, it was just a phone call away. But I wonder when he was stationed out or when he was deployed out in Japan or, like, whatever.
But Hawaii's in, I'm about to say, is it? Oh, never mind. I was about to say Hawaii. That's like that's friendly lands, right? That's not like outside, like you said, Japan or Mongolia or something.
Hawaii
like
is one of the 50 states. 50.
Right, it's part of America, so we don't gotta. Yeah, it's more. I feel like it would be easier access to him. Like, it's Hawaii. It's not a.
Well,
they're not in Iran or Iraq or anything like that.
But I wonder if they take their phones too. Like, because then it could have been a phone call away.
I don't know. Was you talking to your man? Was you talking to him?
No, God, no. That ended. You know what?
But that's what I'm saying. You put that out. You was that? Well, you.
But I wanted to say, like, how easy you said it. It was like multiple person to talk to the person. Me, it was just a phone call away.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what I'm saying? We spoke about that, and I know, along with Memorial Day and, remembering all the vets and people that served and people that passed, George Floyd, man, you know what I mean? It's been a year. I know we spoke about it a little bit earlier. We got maybe 20, 25 minutes left. So I know we want to dig into this. I know, like I said, it's been a year. How do you feel, yo? Like, on a mental health check-in tip, like, how do you feel since it's been a year? Do you, like, I know a lot of things happen, and we kind of forget things. Like, it's like so many things happen definitely in this era where things are like with media, is Instagram, our attentions are like 20 seconds in, if that. Like, so much happens that we forget. So, like, how do you feel? Do you feel like still antsy? Do you feel like, if you feel antsy?
I think it definitely has to do with like trigger videos or trigger posts or anything that'll trigger me. So yes, George Floyd died May 25th of last year. And when it all happened, that's what everybody could talk about. And then even though it sucks, life moves on. So now, even though he just died yesterday, tomorrow I'm laughing about something as stupid as a cat chasing his tail on Instagram. Like, but even though I'm laughing about it, his family's still there, probably to this day, crying. Oh, yeah. So I don't think I think about it every day, but it definitely comes up a lot. Like, I have the pleasure of still being here while numerous Black people dying every day by the hands of each other. But most importantly, which irritates me, most importantly to me, maybe by dying by the hands of each other. Mm-hmm. But what's irritating me a lot is dying by the hands of a cop, right. Especially if he's white.
Right, and I think that I saw something earlier this week about another black man that was killed by a cop, I think a year prior to George Floyd, but I don't think they aired it out. They didn't show the footage or certain things, so nobody really knew about it. But it's like, bro, like that's another person.
I know you're talking about. I just can't remember the name.
Yeah, I can't remember his name too. It was kind of something I saw like on some quick, but I kind of like for me, yes, it was like super impactful. Like it was super huge. It was really traumatic. I never seen. I can't say I never seen a officer kill a black man before, but I've seen.
You mean in person?
No. I definitely haven't seen it in person. I think I told you about the story where the police officer kind of like really roughhoused my friend, like whipped out a gun on him and everything. Mm-hmm. But as far as like on camera, but that would be a lie. I did see the it's not Tamir Rice, it's not Eric Garner, it's the young boy Trayvon Martin. Now he wasn't even a police officer either. It was somebody else. It's a damn shame. Again, we counting, try to figure out who. But for me, I know a lot of things. I think I've changed as a person since. I know this podcast.
Ronald Green.
Rest in peace, Ronald Green. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be on this podcast doing the things I'm doing, talking about the things we're talking about without. I think that inspired me. So I know when I protested for George Floyd in Hillside, that's when I got picked up to do the first podcast I was on. My boy Ant, shout out to Ant, yo. And that's how, we got to this point. So for me, it definitely had me kind of like, okay, like let me lift some of my boots and kind of do something. It made me want to do
So questioning on that, I just watched one of my favorite shows, A Million Little Things, and I'm catching up on all the episodes, and they actually included the fact that George Floyd died. Like they included it's continuing on in the show, and they had a great scene where they watched on the phone what happened, like literally in their eyes, and everybody's reenactment. And then moments later, an episode later, they're going to the protest. And it's a wide variety of youth going to the protest to like grandma and grandpa going to the protest. Right. And grandpa was saying how he didn't want to go to the protest because he doesn't think it changes anything. So do you feel that you have gone to a protest and you have not gone to several protests? Do you feel like you're making a difference or making a change by going?
You know what? I did have that feeling at some point, and I do I still kind of feel him now. Like now that you say that, I do kind of feel that to a certain point. I think one thing that happened when it came to like the George Floyd, I think the biggest impact of it that it was on video.
Yeah.
I think that changes the whole narrative. I think that strikes an emotion out of you, that brings an emotion out of you that normal, it's not normal, but it hits you different from what all the other tragedies that we've gone through. Maybe me personally, because it's like the minute you see the whole shebang,
I was gonna say, like you see the whole thing.
You see the whole shebang. Like it's 8 minutes, 6 minutes. You see the whole thing. That's like
Eric Garner too. Was it Eric Garner?
You see that too? He got choked out. Yeah, he got choked out. I
saw the whole thing, and it was just
so. And again, like the fact that we keep saying the same thing, we're trying to filter out who was killed by who and which person it was. I do kind of feel like, protesters, what is happening? Like, Granted, he did get convicted, and I think, thank God for the nation coming together, because I think that was a huge thing. White people, black people, Spanish folk, I think people did come together and show, like, we care and we want to protest and do things different. The looting, I think, played a part.
You think the looting was necessary?
Yes.
Why?
Yes, I was about to say. I was gonna touch on it. I ain't know if he's gonna ask.
Yeah,
but I'm pro looter.
Really?
Yup. Factory. Yup. Because okay, so there's Gucci, there's Prada, wherever these. I'm thinking of big companies that or even Walmart, right? Walmart, ShopRites, all these places. There are places that's in our communities, and when things go wrong, people act out, right? White people did the same thing, right? When things go wrong and they didn't like their way, they ran up in the Capitol, did whatever the hell they want, right? And even in the past, they do several things like that. They burned businesses down. They burned neighborhoods down. They burned black people's houses down. They blow up. What was it? The Black Wall Street in Tulsa in Oklahoma back in the day. I think that was 19 something. But they do the same shit. So I look at it like, yo, we're not getting what we deserve from this country. This big organization, this billion-dollar organization, they're not losing nothing. They have insurance. Like people could break their stuff and steal and take all the stuff they need, diapers, waters, whatever it is. And what's gonna happen? Like I don't think there is no big consequence to me that's hurting that company or hurting anybody else when there's looting. I don't see what's like. I don't see the big why not.
So a couple things on that. Marv, I definitely want to open the phone line. So if anyone has anything to say about the whole George Floyd situation, Black Lives Matter, anything, definitely call in. Number is 732-898-2748. To respond back to you, what about the non-big companies that are getting their stores looted and now they live in that neighborhood and they didn't do anything to anyone?
Well, that's why I said the big companies. So the mom and pop stores, you shouldn't touch the mom and pop stores. Those are mostly 9 times out of 10 people in your community.
But you definitely can't pick and choose people.
I think you should, and I think that's my point. Be strategic. Why? Perfect example in Baltimore. I think it was the Eric Garner, or if that was that New York. No, Freddie Gray. I think Freddie Gray was Baltimore. Freddie Gray was Baltimore because I remember they had I went to school in Baltimore and I remember the protests and everything. They tore up the city. I saw it on the news. I know the streets, North Ave, the CVS I used to go to pick up they tore the city up. That I didn't understand. I'm like, yo, it's already not the most lucrative city, especially like downtown East Baltimore, but y'all messing up your own stuff, bro. The stuff is already like halfway messed up. Why do it? Go somewhere else and tear that shit up. Like, why tear up your own neighborhood? And so in the same breath, why tear up somebody that you know? Why tear up Miss Johnson's cafe, deli shop? You know Miss Johnson. Miss Johnson live up the street from you. Why tear up her shit?
But you
McDonald's
see
right there. Tear McDonald's up.
But you see that they didn't, though. So it's hard to just say, oh, do here instead of here, because now they're doing wherever they want. So it doesn't matter if it's Mrs. Johnson or Mr. Garner as opposed to Walmart, Target, or CVS.
I think it comes with, just because people did it doesn't make it right. I think a lot of things that we need to do as a community is strategize and do things in a right, organized way. Like, people just go crazy and start fucking their neighborhood up, and it's like, yo, was that the smartest thing to do?
Because I feel like looting isn't the smartest thing to do. At the end of the day, you're tearing up some community, you're destroying some community, and somebody lives there. So I get it. You are trying to avenge this person's death, but looting is not the answer, because you're not solving anything. Now you're just getting your beneficial materialistic needs just for what? That didn't have anything to do with George Floyd. George Floyd was still alive. I promise you he's not over here like, yeah, let's get him. Steal those diapers from CVS.
I want to say all that. You don't know that. I think at the end of the day, my point is this. I'm not saying do it in your own community. And I'm not saying, so like one thing that came to mind, I know last year they was doing that a lot in like downtown Manhattan. And I don't really know too many people that live downtown Manhattan, except for, maybe the people that can afford it, but it's a lot of more stores. It's more of a like an outside mall type of thing. So I know they was tearing that shit up, like going to all these Foot Lockers and just wreaking havoc. Bro, I don't care. Like, I don't care about that. What are they doing for us? Like, what are they doing for us? Why?
But don't you still shop at these places?
Yep. And what stopped? Like, they looted, and are they out of business now?
I don't know. I haven't been to those places, but
they're not. That's my point. They're not. They're fine. They're totally fine.
So like, it's fine to do it because they'll be fine after.
That's part of my reasoning. Like I said, Miss Johnson may not bounce back from that, but Apple probably will. Gucci probably will. Nike probably will. They got the bread. They billion-dollar companies. Miss Johnson, Mr. Brown, these mom and pop family-owned stores is probably going to be in a harder situation to bounce back from that.
So, but what is the point of doing it?
Again, we got to just agree to disagree, because that's just where I'm at. Where I see with the government, we talked about the vets, we talking about black people and the injustices with towns. I don't mean to bounce off or just to go on not a rant, but the Asian crime bill. There's an anti-Asian crime bill that was passed, last week, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, very recently.
Joe Biden signed off on that, right? It's been, maybe 3-4 months since he's been inaugurated, I think.
January.
Did that ASAP. Now, granted, I'm not sure exactly when this increase of anti-hate action started. I don't know exactly when they started being targeted, and it's like, yo, it's been a spike. It's super crazy. Yo, we got to do something. Oh, let's make an Asian crime bill. Okay. All right. We just named about 4 or 5 black people that got killed by authorities, by like people in authority that was governed, that brought the state. Like, and we don't get no Asian crime bill. It has not Asian crime bill. No anti-black hate crime bill. There's nothing have been written down. No type of repercussions.
It has. Yeah, whoa. It has been written down. They're just struggling to pass it. The Congress is struggling to pass it. I'm not defending it. I'm not defending them. I'm just saying it is in the works. I don't understand.
It's nobody's doing nothing, bro.
I don't understand why it's taking so long. I don't know why isn't it easy common sense to pass it. But I also don't want to take away from the fact that there was Asian lives also being hurt, also being affected. I'm not saying that they're any less important than us.
I'm not saying that either.
Do I think that Joe Biden should have definitely passed something entering office in his first 100 days? No, not even in his first 100 days. In his first day? Yeah, I definitely think something
for
should have.
Okay.
Especially since he wants to go around saying, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. So
That's
if you want to go ahead and say that, then you better put your money where your mouth is. Like, don't go and say that and not do anything for the black people that you told to go out and vote.
Went on a Breakfast Club and was talking out his ass.
Yeah, but however, I don't think that it wasn't unfair for the Asian crime bill to be passed. Like, I definitely think it made sense.
I think it was totally unfair.
It made sense. I just think that his priorities are shit.
Yeah, I think priorities are shit. I think I think it's unfair. I think it's totally avoiding the situation. I think it's a blatant disrespect. It's total disrespect. Like, you say, yo, I'm not black. Yo, you gonna say I'm not black if I don't vote for you. Okay, what you gonna do to hold me down? And again, going back to the Asian crime bill, I don't think they're less than us. I don't think, we're equal. I love all people. You're equal. I respect everybody. I just have a problem with, and again, before I even say that, I'm just curious, just to play into the part of the Asian crime bill, I wonder when exactly the rate spiked up and the number spiked up for like Asian abuse. Like, let's say it's been since the pandemic, and I feel like it has. Because I want to speak on like facts because I've heard this and somebody said this already. I think Dr. Umar Johnson said it. But it's called I feel like it's called the COVID-19 anti-Asian crime bill. It's something, they put a year on it. So they kind of specify it to say like, yo, it's within this window of when Asians have had this increase of abuse towards them. So my thing is like, yo, okay, you have a year of when this happened. Now, granted, say it hasn't been a year. Say I just been totally oblivious to this long ongoing Asian hate, right? So has it been more than black people? Like, because we see it all day, every day on TV and on social media. We protest out the ass, and that's going back to what the older gentleman said, I guess, on the show. Yo, it doesn't do anything. Yo, nobody's passed a crime bill. Like how there's movies about this. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me.
Oh, we got a caller.
Caller, what it do?
Hey, how's it going? State your name or false identity.
Oh, I'm live. I didn't realize it. Hello, my name is Stephanie.
Hey, good, Stephanie. Steph. What's going on?
I'm watching your YouTube video, and I just wanted to comment on the Haitian crime bill.
Asian
crime bill. Asian.
Haitians ain't off that shit. Haitians fight back.
I was going to say, I think Stephanie's dropping some clues here, but continue, Stephanie. What did you want to mention?
I agree with John Brown that it's not fair. I think that the hate crimes against Asian Americans happened, the perpetrators of those were Black folks. And so since America hates Black people and Black Americans were more likely to be the ones committing Asian hate crimes, that's why it was passed so quickly. There's like there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no support, there's no alignment, there's no anything. Anytime the Black person is the perpetrator, the evil person, the bad one, let's do something to shut them down quickly. So this is just another way to get more Black people in jail fast.
I even look at it like that. I like how you said that. That makes sense, because that makes me think of when I think it was Reagan and he had the fight against drugs. It was really a fight against Black people. Like it was really a fight against Black people.
I definitely do agree, but I feel like the perpetrators weren't specifically Black people, because like we said, brought it back to COVID-19. I don't think it was Black people who said, oh, this is the China virus. I think that came from the Orange Man, and the Orange Man's followers went along with it. So, if anything.
But the recordings, because I think the specific reason why things got like escalated was the recordings of the things that were happening, like the Asian man getting just randomly jumped in the corner, or the store owner getting hit. There was a woman walking in Manhattan and this man just like punches her in the face out of nowhere. Crazy. Those are all by Black people. So we're getting excited and upset about things that we can visually see through social media, and all those folks that were doing those things were Black people. So I don't necessarily think Asian hate started with COVID. Like I think maybe there were some people who were saying things out loud that were very xenophobic or very anti-Asian, but ultimately when it came to the hate crime, to the violence that people kept referencing, it was the violence that they saw on social media where the Black person and Black teens in particular were the ones doing it.
That makes sense. And that's how propaganda. That's how the government tries to sell things and try to get things in your eyes and your ears to make you think how they want you to think. Steph, we appreciate you. I don't know if you had any more questions.
No. We appreciate the call, Steph.
Shout out to you. That was some good insight.
Bye.
Thanks.
Yeah, yo, that's crazy to me. That's crazy. She said something I was gonna piggyback off. But I just think that's like totally unfair. At least Dr. Umar Johnson, he had this interview on the Breakfast Club too. That's what made me think about it. I know a lot of people think he's like super radical and super like, extra sometimes. But I like him because he's in my field. He's a child psychologist, and he just be talking some facts, so it makes a lot of sense. But I think that's crazy to me. I think that's just totally unfair. I forgot what's the name of this bill. I think it's called the Emmett Till bill or something like that. Welcome. He said, she said, man, who is this?
State your name or false identity.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, hey guys. So I just wanted to make a comment on the fact that I have to agree with John Brown.
Everybody say my own name. So everybody say like John Brown. What up? What you agree on?
I have to agree with him only because it's for so long, Black people have been fighting in a positive way. Like they have been fighting during these how long have protests been going on? For a very, very long time. So it's just when it comes down to people looting and things like that, sometimes you have to do stuff to make a statement. So it's just I'm not saying that it's right. It's not right that these police are killing Black people. Nothing is right. So it's just sometimes it's going to take for somebody to beat somebody up for you to realize that this is not what's supposed to be happening. But that's just the comment that I had to make. And I'm just we've been doing this protest for so long, and the fact that we haven't had a bill passed. It's just what is it going to take?
Right, exactly. So he did it so quick.
I understand what you're saying about how how did this come first before Black people after we've been fighting for so long? Not saying that it wasn't necessary, but come on now.
Right, it's crazy.
That's just that.
I'm definitely not disagreeing with you. Also with the caller, I agree that we have been fighting this battle for so long and been here. It's just I don't think it's necessarily competition. I don't feel like we should now take away because of the fact that because if you look at it, Asians aren't white either. Asians are not white. They're also, in the eyes of a white man, not them. Not them at all.
I got something to say about that.
It doesn't matter if they're Asian. I think it would have been different if it would have been another culture, another race too. It's not about like it being a competition. It's about what's right and what's wrong, and it's not being done for us.
And I promise you,
it makes it wrong.
And I think the government, I say the government, but I feel like in America, under the white man is the Chinaman. Is the Orientals. I think, and Dr. Umar had a point to this too, and I feel like I'm quoting a lot of them, but he was saying how like,
Caller, thanks for calling in. We definitely appreciate it.
You. Thank you for the insight.
Oh wait, one last thing. Can you ask Marv if Terrence left his charger there?
Marv using his charger right now. He just put his phone up like 80% battery sufficient. he ain't do that, y'all. I'm fucking with y'all. He ain't do it. It's on 81%. But okay, so boom. He was saying how the amount of white people in America is decreasing. Like they used to be the majority, they're slowly decreasing, right? So they were saying how they're gonna try to uplift a race, right? China, they uplift in China. We work with China a lot. They very advanced in their technology and certain things, resources wise. They're gonna try to boost them up, give them, I guess I don't say authority, but more so of I guess a socioeconomic status.
Okay.
Right? And bring them into this hierarchy of like, I don't say like power, but like on some white status type of thing. So I think when I look at the crime bill, I'm like, yo, I feel like that's kind of a step. Like, you do anything towards the Asian, you could be penalized to this degree.
I don't even know about that, because do we even know what the bill entails?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know all these details, but I mean, it has to be something specific. It got to be something, I think, more than a regular assault on a black person. like what? Nobody's scared to assault a black person. There's no. Oh, maybe I should. We get callers at the wazoo. What up, caller?
Okay,
we got one more caller.
We're gonna take this caller,
and we out after this.
And then we gotta be out.
What was my fake name?
Hey, caller, how's it going? State your name or false identity.
Hey, it's Cynthia.
Hey, Cynthia.
Turn your radio down, Cynthia.
Yeah, turn your radio down, or wherever you're watching us from, if that's the noise.
It's just in the car. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. I think the YouTube was a little lag, but I just had one. Like, I'm not calling John Brown out or anything, but
it's all good.
I think Oriental, that's no longer like an acceptable like term.
Mm-hmm.
What's the term?
Like, you can say Asian or whatever, but just I don't think Oriental is.
So Asian covers
the
everything.
Right way. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for telling me.
I'm not. Yeah, just letting you know.
Yeah, good. I don't want to repeat that and be offensive.
Yeah. Also, the fact that, like, do we know what the hate crime entails, like what it does, or it even includes?
I personally don't. I just know that it was something in favor for Asian Americans. Are you about to drop us some jewels?
Yeah, that's the thing, because a lot of times these bills are passed, right? It sounds good, right? Because it's like what an Asian hate crime bill or whatever. Mm-hmm. But we don't know, right? All these laws are passed, but in reality, the lines of what it actually means or what it actually does, we don't really know, right? We're not lawmakers, we're not lawyers, or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we have to know what it entails before we see that if it's really doing anything for the Asian people.
So do we know? I know John and I can speak for us that we don't know. Sounds like you don't. Oh, I was gonna ask. Do you know any specifics of what the bill entails?
I don't.
Right. Okay.
But no, I think that's something.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, just because something is titled a certain way, right? Mm-hmm. None of us have done our research about it, so we don't really know what it actually does for the people.
Right. Oh no, best believe we shoot every Friday. I'm gonna definitely give y'all some facts next week. And that's a good point. You're right. We don't know what really entails. Not to say I'm crying over it or anything, but I'm definitely complaining because I think at the end of the day, there's acknowledgement. At the end of the day, say there isn't any specific benefits or anything for this bill. The fact that it's being acknowledged by the president and people and that's got bill for it, me off the top of my head, I may not know what's the consequence, but it's like, yo, there's an Asian crime bill. I should probably think twice about whatever, I'm about to do. But that's a good point. I appreciate your call.
100%. Yeah, like these laws, like it's people in office, right? You call your senator, you call your local council member person, right? So you have to do the legwork as well,
Right.
Like I know they protest and stuff, but is the person in office doing something? Like, are you getting their ear? Is people calling and letting them know, we don't like this, joining the town hall meetings or whatever it may be, There's a lot of action other than let's say reposting on social media or, and actually the point about I think the caller from earlier had mentioned
I'm sorry, we're not trying to rush you, but we gotta go. Yeah, we gotta go. If you can call in next week, drop a comment. Yeah, we can definitely reply to you.
Oh, it's definitely 8:03.
Yeah, we gotta get
caller.
It on.
We appreciate the call. Yeah, but we're getting rushed off. So
we gotta go.
We definitely appreciate the call. And we definitely want you to comment. Comment on the video. Comment on our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Definitely make this a conversation starter because you are right. We don't know our information. Right. And it's unfair. It's unfair to us to have a feeling on something when we don't know the feelings. We don't know the information about everything. But we do appreciate your call. Definitely call us next week.
Peace.
For sure.
Thanks for calling. Guys, thank you so much. This passed way quicker than I thought it would pass.
I know we was moving type fast. I know I just want to wrap up real quick with Black Thoughts. Yo, Black Thoughts, I know we talked about 2020 has been a crazy year, election, deaths, COVID. And one thing I wanted to mention, trauma is hereditary. You could pass down trauma through generations, and it's called epigenetics. They say trauma can leave a mark on your genes, and that's literally and I'm not sure how long it lasts, how long you have to experience trauma for something for you to pass it on to your next generation, whatever the case. But I think last year was very traumatic. So a lot of people, may have babies, may be coming out with babies, something to think about. So I always push counseling. Get some counseling, talk to a therapist, find a way to cope, work out, eat right.
I definitely think you should continue that on Instagram and let people further know, because I definitely wouldn't have thought trauma is hereditary, and I do want us to speak on that. Word. But I just want to appreciate all our callers today, all our viewers today. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for watching. This is
Catch you next week.
And John. AOP, this Once You Go Black. We'll see you guys next week.
She said the podcast.
Podcast.
Subscribe.